Hi everyone, once again welcome back to our class. Now we are going to discuss about some numerical problems and concept based on the average speed and acceleration of the particle. Okay. Now top here, motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line. See there here one problem. See here. Now motion in a straight line. Question here. Question 1. Okay. Number 1. A body traveling between two positions travels first half of the distance with speed here, first half of the distance speed here v1, and the next half of the distance v2. The average speed of the total distance is, the average speed of the total distance is here 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Now how to we will get that formula, how to solve to this problem. Now this based on the here average speed. Average speed means here statement to the ratio of the total distance by total time, that is equal to here average speed. Okay. First of all, here in this case, in this problem here, two positions means this is a two positions. First of all, here see here, this one here, two positions A and B are two positions. Okay. The total distance between these two positions is, for example, the distance between these two positions, for example, here yes. Okay. Yes. Now yes. Here in this problem here, first half of the distance with speed v1 ante the midpoint of the this AB here, for example, this is the midpoint of the C here, midpoint of the AB, two positions. Also this AC is a half of the distance, the remaining half of the distance here CB. Okay. For example, this one here displacement here, distance this one S2, this is also here S by 2. Okay. S by 2. This is a here first half of the distance traveled with speed here v1, this one here v1, next half of the distance v2, next half of the distance here v2. Now find the average speed of the particle, Now the velocity is equal to formula displacement by time. Velocity is equal to here displacement by time. Here formula is వచ్చేసి మనకి velocity is equal to here for just displacement by here time. This is a velocity time displacement relation. Now in this case here, let us here x r, here s be the total distance between two positions. Okay. Next the time taken for the point C, first half of distance of the particle here let T1 and T2 are time taken from A to B here T1 and A to C here T1 time, and other vidhanga C to B here T2, C to B here T2 time taken, A to C here time taken here, this is a distance. Okay. T1. Now the velocity of the body at v1 in between AC, the displacement of the particle, the displacement of the two positions here AC here S by 2. Now in this case here A to C velocity is equal to A1 here time here T1 here time here T2. In this time here in between time taken T2, in between here time taken T1. Speed here v2, speed v1, displacement to half of the displacement of the total position, half of the distance between two positions. Now here v1 is equal to, according to this formula, displacement velocity is equal to displacement by time. First AC, okay, here from AC here AC నుండి velocity v1 is equal to here displacement by time t1 1 by s by 2 by t1. Here t1 is equal to, simplifies here, t1 is equal to s by 2v1, s by 2v1. This is a time t is equal to, in terms of time t is equal to t1 is equal to s by 2v1. Similarly, okay, here similarly t2 is equal to here s by 2v2, these two values. Now average speed is equal to, statement to, average speed is equal to the ratio between total distance covered by the particle by the total time taken by the particle. That means here average speed, average speed is equal to here total distance by total time, okay, this is a total time. Here that is equal to here total distance here, yes, total distance here, the position, the distance between two position here, yes, the distance between two position here, yes. So s by total time, here total time nothing but t1 plus here t1 plus t2. Now here t1 plus here t2, that is equal to average speed. This is a average speed. Now note this one. First of all, average speed is equal to total distance by total time. Here t1 plus t2, this is a total time, the particle to reach the point B from A to, అంటే A నుండి B దగ్గరికి వచ్చినప్పుడు పట్టిన టైం here t1 plus t2, this is a total time. That distance between two position here, yes. So average velocity is equal, average speed is equal to total distance by total time. Now here t1 and t2 values, here t1 and t2 values substituting here, these two values here substituting. Now after we will get the average speed of the particle, note this one first of all, okay. Average speed of the particle, here avg is equal to s by avg is equal to s by total distance by total time, by here total time. Average velocity speed is equal to total distance by here, yes, t1 values here s by 2v1 and t2 values here, this one s by 2v2. So this is a LCM. After we will get here total distance by cross multiplication, s is a constant here, s is a common term, so remaining cross multiplication just 2v2 plus here cross multiplication 2v1 by 2v1 into 2v2, okay, by. Now here ss get cancelled, simplies here, average speed is equal to, remaining terms. Now average speed is equal to here, this is this term, the denominator here, numerator, so 2v1 into 2v2 by here 2v1 plus 2v2. Now 2 is a common term, so here 2 to ja 4, 4v1 v2 by 2 common term here v1 plus v2, so 2 1 ja 2 2 ja, that is equal to here average speed is equal to remaining terms, this is a 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2, this is a average speed of the particle, so show that here average speed is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Next application of the next application, for example, the particle moving along a straight line, or the particle moving in between two positions, okay, the particle moving in two traveling in two positions. For now here note this one first of all, that problem. Next one, application here, very simple. A particle moving along the in 2 points here. Question see here. A body is traveling between two positions. Traveling between in two positions A and B. A and B. If travels from A to B. If travels from A to B with velocity or with speed here V1. Speed here V1. And then B to A. B to A in the same path. In the same path with V2. The average speed of the total distance here. See here, this is a, for example, these are two positions here, position A, this is a position B. See here, very simple, same problem, previous concept. Okay, the particle moving from A to B with velocity here V1, for example, forward direction. Next, A to B, B to A in the same direction, in the same path, in the same B to A. First A to B, next one here B to A with in the same path with velocity, with speed here V2, So in this term, the displacement is here AB. So half of the displacement in before previous problem. So same problem. The average speed of the particle in total distance in between two positions is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మనము ఇందాక తీసుకున్న ప్రాబ్లం ఇక్కడ చూడండి, కంపేర్ చేయండి. వెరీ సింపుల్. A B మిడ్ పాయింట్ హియర్ C. ఓకే, టోటల్ డిస్టెన్స్ హియర్ S, half of the distance, for example, S by 2, here S by 2, v1, this is a v2. So time here t1, here time t2. Same problem. The displacement, for example, the displacement total, for example, S by 2. In between two, for example, in between two positions here, S by 2. Velocity here V1, here time taken here T1. Reverse process. B to A, displacement, same displacement here, S by 2. Now, the time taken here T2. So, this one compared to this one, very simple. So, the average speed of the particle before previous problem is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Okay, here A to B nothing but A to C here. S by 2 velocity v1 t1, time taken t1. Next to B to C, now that means here C to B here. Compare B to C velocity v2, C to B velocity here v2. So time taken T2, displacement here A to B here S by 2. So this is the same compare. So same formula, average speed of the particle here, average speed of the total distance is equal to here formula 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. This is a very important problem, very important concept. Okay, ఇక్కడ నుండి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎంత అవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ నుండి ఇక్కడ వరకు v1 వేల స్పీడ్తో ట్రావెల్ చేసింది, అదేవిధంగా b నుండి ఇక్కడికి v2 స్పీడ్తో ట్రావెల్ చేసింది. టైం టేకెన్ t2, టైం టేకెన్ t1, డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ s by 2, displacement s by 2. So displacement is a constant. Okay, displacement is a constant. So the average speed of the particle total distance is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. This is a note this one. Next problem. Next one. Here next one, a particle moving along the straight line. First half of the time in between two positions. Second half, first half of the time speed here v1, second half of the speed here, for example, v2. Or లేదా the particle moving along the straight line. First half the time taken for the first half of the distance or t1 with speed here v1. Next remaining distance traveled with speed v2, here time taken here, for example, t2. Then the average speed is equal to formula v is equal to average speed is equal to v1 v2 by v1 plus v2 by 2 వస్తుంది. ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. నోట్ దిస్ వన్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. See then next problem here. See here concept number third. A body is traveling between two positions. Travels with v1. For time here v1 for time t1, okay, and then the speed with here speed travels with speed right ikkada speed with v1 with speed v2 for time here t2 for time t2 for the total motion is the average speed of the this particle average speed is equal to here v1 t1 plus v2 t2 by t1 plus t2. This is a formula. How to this formula here two positions means here this is a these are here for example these are two positions, these are here two positions A and for example B are two positions. Now yet in between at any point in between AB for example C is a point in between two points in between two positions for example, okay, here the body moving with velocity v1 okay v1 time here time and here t1 for time t1 for example here this is a t1 next and the next speed here next speed c2b here speed v2 here time speed v2 here time taken here to reach the point b here for example t2. The distance between these two points for example yes, okay, for example here yes, okay, the distance between these two positions is for example yes. Now the body travel from A to C, the distance traveled by the body from A to C here for example s1, remaining distance here s2, okay, s1 plus s2 is equal just to yes, s1 plus s2 is equal just to yes. Now the average speed of the body VAG is equal to v1 t1 plus v2 t2 by t1 plus t2. Now here in this problem here first one here this first one velocity is equal to in this one here velocity is equal to displacement by s1 by here t1 s1 by t1 that is equal to here s1 is equal to displacement, this is a displacement s1 is equal to cross multiplication here v1 and t1. Similarly this one here v2 is equal to here s2 by time here t2, so here t2 is equal to s2 by s2 is equal to here s2 is equal to simply v2 t2. This is a v1 is equal to this one s1 is equal to v1 t1 and s2 is equal to similarly v2 t2. Now average speed is equal to here average speed avg is equal to total distance by here total distance by total time. That means average speed is equal to total distance nothing but here s1 plus s2 so that is equal to yes, here total displacement s1 plus here s2 by total time here t1 plus t2. Now here s1 s2 values here these are here so s1 values and s2 these two values here substituting here formula after we will get the average speed of the body ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే s1 s2 వాల్యూస్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి వాల్యూస్ ఇక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది average speed is equal to here s1 values here v1 t1 plus and s2 values here v2 t2 by total time nothing but here t1 plus here t2. This is a formula, okay. Once again a body is traveling between two positions travels speed with v1 for time t1 next and then with speed v2 for time t2, okay. For the total motion nothing but average speed is equal to v1 t1 plus v2 t2 by v1 plus v2. Now for example this body traveling in between two positions, first half of the time speed v1, second half of the time speed v2, then the average speed of the body ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే కొద్దిగా చేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాం మళ్ళీ దీన్ని ఈ ఫార్ములా చూడండి. the body is traveling between two positions, okay, two positions Now first half of the time, okay, first half of the time here speed with v1, second half of the time speed with v2, then the average velocity is equal to, then average velocity is equal to ఏమొస్తుంది v1 plus here v2 by 2. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే here see here, first of all note this one, okay, here very simple, ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నాం. Now same problem, this one here, same problem, formula, applications used for NEET and JEE means, here a body is traveling with between two positions. First half of the here, first half of the time with speed here, speed v1, and then next here, next half of the time here, time with speed here, speed v2, then the average speed of the body in between two positions, the average speed of the body with two positions are total distance. That means here v average speed is equal to here v1 plus v2 by just here 2. This is a, now ikkada endante, now here these are two positions, AB is a two positions, the total distance of these two positions here, for example yes, first half of the time, for example this one here, first half of the total time here, for example t, okay, total time A to B t, first half of the time means here t by 2, so speed here v1, the second half of the time, distance from the traveled by the body from, for example C to D, okay. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే second half of the time here half of the t by 2, next velocity speed here v2, here previous ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినటువంటి equations, here average velocity speed is equal to here v1 t1 plus here v2 t2 by t1 plus here t2, okay. Here t1 is equal to, first half of the distance t by 2, second half the t2 is equal to here half of the displacement time here t by 2. So these two values here, first half of the speed v1, second half of the speed v2. Now here t1 values t by 2, t2 values here t by 2, these two values here substituting here, that samikaranam, that equation. Now here simply here t1 is equal to t by 2, t2 is equal to here t by 2, t2 is equal to here t by 2. Now these two values here substituting, after we will get above equation, so here average speed is equal to v1, here t1 is equal to t by 2, t by 2, okay, plus v2, t2 is equal to here just t by 2, second next half of the time, so next half of the time here t by 2, okay, by here total time t1 plus t2, the total time here t, just to t, the total time just here t, so total time half of the year once again t by 2 plus t by 2, this is equal to just to t. Now simplifies, this is a ikkada rastunna here average speed is equal to half of the t by 2 is a common, now here t by 2 common, okay, v1 plus v2 by here, this is two times here, so t by 2 1 plus 1, t by 2 1 plus 1. So half cancel, t by 2 get cancelled. So remaining average speed is equal to remaining terms here 1 plus 1 2. Okay, v1 plus v2. So v1 plus v2 by here 2. This is that equation. Okay, once again, a body is traveling between two positions. First half of the time with speed v1, second half of the time with speed v2. Then the average speed is equal to v1 plus v2 by 2. So now some numerical problems దీని పైన అప్లికేషన్ చేస్తాం. Okay, note this one first of all. See there, a problem here. A person travels along a straight road for half of the distance with speed, half of the distance with 30 meter per second, and the remaining half of the distance with 50 meter per second. The average velocity is here options, four options given, here. First option A 47.5 meter per second, second option 50 meter per second, third option 37.5 meter per second. Fourth option here వచ్చేసి D is equal to D values here 27.5 meter per second. How to this problem? Here first of all listen, a person travels along a straight road for half of the distance of total here. For example, this is a total distance. For example, this one here total distance of the road, for example AB. Okay, AB half of the distance means here midpoint. This is a C. Here total distance, for example, yes. Okay, yes, half of the distance nothing but here s by 2. Remaining half of the distance here s by 2. Here time t1, here v1, this one here v1, at time t2, and velocity here v2. This is compared to the previous application. Here so listen, the distance with 30, here this is a v1 is equal to here simply 30 meter per second, and then remaining of distance with 50 meter per second. So remaining distance means here s by 2, this is equal to here 50 meter per second. Now the average velocity is so average velocity is equal to the total distance by total average velocity or average speed. Okay, the total distance by total time. Now average speed or average velocity here, average options. Now average velocity here AVG is equal to total distance here, total displacement or total distance by here total time. Now this formula here, average velocity speed is equal to 2v1 v2 by here v1 plus v2. So this is a formula. Now in this problem here cases, here v1 is equal to 30 meter per second, and v2 is equal to here 50 meter per second, So these two values here substituting in this formula, Now here average speed is equal to average velocity or speed is equal to 2 into here v1 values here 30, and v2 values here 50, by v1 plus v2, that means here 30 plus here 50, so 30 plus 50 is equal to 80. That is equal to here average velocity is equal to 2 into 30 into 50 by 80. So here 0 cancel, 0 is a cancel. Okay, here remaining 2 1 ja 2 4 ja, 2 1 ja here 2 4 ja. Next here 2 2 ja or 2 ja, this value is here okay, very simple. Yes, this is a 0, this one here, for example, this one 30, this 0 cancel 0. Okay, here 2 1 ja 2 4 ja 2 4 ja 8. Next 2 2 ja, here 2 25 ja 2 25 ja remaining. Here 2 1 ja, this is only for 3, that means equal to 2 1.5. This one here 1.5. Okay, now note this one first of all. Okay, that value is here average speed is equal to here average speed is equal to remaining terms here 1 into 1.5 into 25. So here 25 5 ja 125, 20 here ikkada chestunna 20 1.5 into 25, that is equal to 25 5 ja 125. So 5 remaining 12, 25 1 25 plus 12, that is equal to 12 37. So this is equal 37 into 1, that is equal to here 37.5. Okay, this is a average speed of the meter per second. So option here, see here option A 47.5 meter per second, this is not answer, correct answer. Next 50 meter per second, this not answer, not correct answer. Next 37.5, this also answer, this one here answer. Okay, the option is here, option C is correct, option C is here correct. Note this one first of all. Next problem, yeah, very interesting problem. See there, this problem related to previous equations, previous formulas. Here first of all, see here for problem, a particle traversed half of the distance. Okay, for example total distance is half of the distance s by 2. Okay, with velocity of v0, with velocity here v0. The remaining parts of the distance was covered with velocity v1 for half of the time, remaining. Okay, velocity with half of the time here t by 2 for example time, and with v2 for the half of the time. v2 means next to half of the time. Find the mean velocity nothing but average speed or average velocity. Okay, find the mean velocity of the particle arranged and the whole motion of the whole time of motion, okay, whole time of motion. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే see once again listen, a particle traverses half of the distance with velocity of v0. The remaining parts of the distance was covered with velocity v1 for half of the time here, and with v2 for half of the time. Find the mean velocity of the particle arranged and the whole time of motion. Whole time of motion. Here this is a mistake word ikkada, whole time of the motion. Here first of all listen carefully. Total distance here, for example yes, yes. Okay, total distance of this traveling particle AB, this is a total distance. First half of the distance nothing but the midpoint of the AB. So for example C is a midpoint of the AB, the midpoint of the total distance C. Here this means here s by 2, this one here s by 2, remaining half of the distance here s by 2. Okay, here question here, first half of the distance with velocity of v0, first half of the distance here velocity here v0. Okay, ఇక్కడ close. Next remaining portion means this one. Okay, the distance was covered with velocity v1 here half of the time అన్నాడు ఇక్కడ. For example half of the time, this is a time C to B, for example, time here, for example, to the particle to reach the point B from C. Here time taken here just to T. Now first half of the time, first half of the time here V1, first half of the time here V1, this one here V1 time velocity, here time taken T by 2. Remaining half of the time, remaining half of the time here velocity V2, velocity here V2, remaining half of the time here, that means here velocity V2, here time T2, time T2. So this is a half of the time covered. So the average velocity of the this CB, the average velocity of the particle from C to B, that is equal to formula V1 plus V2 by 2, V1 plus V2 by previous discussion already మనము previous ది మధ్యలో half of the time తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఫార్ములా వచ్చేసింది. అది ఎంత వస్తుంది మనకి ఇక్కడ? ఆ ఫార్ములా వస్తే V1 plus V2 by 2 or V1 T1 plus V2 T2 by T1 plus T2. This is a formula, first one. Okay, now answer here, answer very simple answer. The average second, the velocity second half and ikkada. And now here second half, okay, here average velocity of second half, here so velocity second half of the second half of the year, second half of the distance here formula, for example this is a this one here, for example this one here V1 V2, so V0 V0 1 రాసుకోండి ఇది. So this is the average velocity of the these two in between CB, in between V0 B, nothing but average velocity of the particle in between C and B. So that means here V01 is equal to average formula here V1 T1 plus V2 T2 by here T1 plus T2, here T1 is equal to T by 2 and T2 is equal to here T by 2, half of the time. So these two values here substituting, after we will get here this value substitutes, after we will get V1 plus V2 by here just to 2. So this is equal to here V1 plus V2 by 2. So the average speed of the particle in between CB, okay, average velocity or speed V01 is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2. Now the total, the average speed of the particle in between A to B, that is equal to this formula, half of the distance, that is equal to half of the distance, average speed is equal to 2V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. Here V1 is equal to here just according to formula V1 is equal to V0, V2 is equal to V01. So this is a formula. Now note this one first of all, the average velocity second half of the distance is equal to just one V1. Okay, next here first half of the average speed of first half of the velocity, now here first half of the distance here velocity just V0. Now average velocity of the particle in between A to B, so the total, so average velocity AVG is equal to total distance by total time, that is equal to formula, direct formula here 2V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. Here malli rasuni ikkada, here this one here this is a v naught, this one here v naught, in between v1 t1 t by 2, v2 t by 2, so s by 2, this is a s by 2, this terms here v naught prime anna. This average speed of the in between c to b is equal to here v1 plus v2 by 2. Okay, now here v1 is equal to in this formula, this is a v1 is equal to v naught, and here v2 is equal to here v naught 1. So v naught nothing but here v1 plus v2 by 2. So these two values here substituting, simply average speed or velocity is equal to 2. Here v1 nothing but v naught, and v2 nothing but here v naught 1, v naught nothing but next step is by here v naught plus v naught 1. Now simplifies next step here 2 v naught, here v naught nothing but this is a values here into v1 plus v2 by 2, v1 plus v2 by 2 by here v naught by v naught plus v naught prime nothing but here v1 plus v2 by 2. Okay, now this is a LCM, this one here LCM, cross multiplication simplifies average speed is equal to or average velocity is equal to here just cross multiplication here 2 v naught v1 plus v2 by here just cross multiplication by 2, so by 2 here 2 into v 2 v naught plus v1 plus v2 by 2. So here by 2, this one by 2, this is a by 2, so 2 get cancelled, 2 here get cancelled. So answer is here, note this one first of all, here finally answer, therefore average velocity or speed is equal to finally 2 v naught into v1 plus v2 by 2 v naught plus v1 plus here v2. This is the answer, this one here answer. Very important problem, this used for JEE mains problems and Neet and JEE mains problem. Very most important problem, this one here. Okay, note this one. So average speed of the particle is equal to v naught into v1 plus v2 by 2 v naught plus v1 plus v2. This is the answer. Next problem here, next one, for example, the kinematic equations of motions. Here there are four. Here v is equal to u plus at. Next one, s is equal to ut plus half at square, or s is equal to u plus v by 2 into t, and third equation v square minus u square is equal to 2as, and fourth equation Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. These are your kinematic equations of motion in a state, and the body moving along the straight line, uniform acceleration. First of all, note this one here. Next one, next problem, see here, very important problem, see there. Now a scooter can produce a maximum acceleration of 5 meter per second square. Maximum acceleration of scooter here 5 meter per second square. Its brakes can produce a maximum retardation of 10 meter per second square. Okay, the maximum time in which it can distance 1.5 kilometer is. So find out the total time in between two positions here, initial and final, that means total travel by the time taken by the scooter in between initial and final position. Maximum velocity here, see there here, very simple. Scooter is traveling along the, for example, straight line. Okay, this is a 2 points, these are your 2 positions. Okay, here initial velocity 0, this scooter is moving starting from initial velocity u, that is equal to u is equal to here 0. Here produce maximum acceleration. So at point, for example, C, A, B is in between. Here the maximum time in which it can a distance 1.5 kilometer. 1.5 kilometer. That means here the distance between A, B here 1.5 kilometer. That is equal to 1500 meters. 1500 here meters. The total distance between A and B here 1500 meters. Now brakes are applied. So the attain maximum velocity, for example, C is the maximum velocity to reach the point C. So this is your maximum velocity. Maximum velocity, that is equal to V. Okay. The brakes are applied at C point. For example, the brakes are applied at C point. Now the body retardation here, the next, the produce a maximum retardation of 10 meter per second square. So negative values, this is the acceleration of the acceleration, opposite word here retardation, so opposite. So yeah, the retardation here final velocity V is equal to 0. Come to rest at point B. Come to rest at point B. అంటే ఇక్కడ బ్రేక్స్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేవరకు మనకు ఫైనల్ వెలాసిటీ 0 అవుతుంది. The total distance here 1.5 kilometer. That is equal to 1500 meters. The total time, find out the total time. Okay. Now here, first of all, in this case, first maximum velocity here, time, for example, T1, displacement, for example, AC here displacement S1. Okay. Next here, this is a S1. Here velocity, maximum acceleration attains the A to C here, for example, alpha. So this is a maximum, first to maximum acceleration. Next, after brakes, the retardation here, for example, beta. Retardation here beta. Okay. Here final velocity 0. Displacement C to B. C to B here, for example, here S2. For example, here S2. Time taken for that to reach the point to B. Point B, for example, ending point. Here time here T2. Time here T2. Okay. Now the total time is equal to here T1 plus here T2. T1 plus here T2. But according to this formula, here velocity time, and this is a maximum velocity. It also here maximum velocity. Here alpha is equal to nothing but acceleration. Alpha nothing but here acceleration. Acceleration is equal to maximum velocity. Maximum velocity by here first time here T1, that is equal to here maximum velocity nothing but here V. Maximum velocity, for example, maximum velocity V. So V is equal to here alpha T1. Okay. V is equal to here alpha T1. Similarly maximum here beta is equal to maximum velocity here in the final velocity 0. So maximum velocity by T2, maximum velocity by T2, that is equal to here simply T2 is equal V is equal to V2 is equal to here beta T2. So now apply the formulas here. First of all, in this case here, the displacement first one formula, initial velocity 0, final velocity, maximum velocity V. In this case, initial velocity, maximum velocity, final velocity 0. Displacement S1, here displacement S2, time taken here T1, time taken T2. Here maximum acceleration V1 and maximum action alpha, retardation maximum retardation beta. Here now this is a values. Now note this one first of all here. If the V means here V means maximum velocity during, that is here during maximum acceleration here, maximum acceleration alpha, maximum here acceleration alpha. So here alpha values here, this is a alpha, and beta retardation means this one here beta. Okay. Here values here alpha is equal to 5 meter per second square, beta is equal to here 10 meter per second square, 5 meter per second square. Now first of all, A to C, here A to C, from here A to C, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS formula. From using third equation of the motion, third kinematic equation of motion. So V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Here V means maximum acceleration velocity, U means initial velocity, here 0. Here A is equal to maximum acceleration alpha, here S is equal to displacement, here S1. Okay. Now simplifies first case here from A to C. Final velocity, maximum velocity minus here 0 square is equal to 2 into, this is the acceleration alpha. So maximum acceleration into 5, okay, into here S is nothing but here S1, here S nothing but here displacement of the A to C points here S1, okay, this is a S1. So simplifies V square is equal to 2 to 5 to ja 10 S1, 10 S1, okay. Next retardation during here, next year during maximum retardation, maximum retardation, okay, at beta, that is your formula V square minus U square is equal to here 2AS. Here U means initial velocity nothing but here point C, here maximum velocity, correct? U means initial, the particle moving from C to B, initial velocity here, maximum velocity, final velocity here V is equal to 0. V nothing but here, this is a final velocity that is equal to here 0, here initial velocity is equal to maximum velocity. So A is equal to here retardation nothing but negative values, here this value is here minus 10 meter per second square, 10 meter per second square. Now here simplifies here final velocity 0 square, here initial velocity here maximum velocity V square, maximum velocity U is equal to here ikkada rastunna simply U is equal to V is equal to 0 and here A is equal to minus 10 meter per second square and displacement here S2, Now simplifies here 2 into A is equal to nothing but beta nothing but here all beta, this is a beta, this one beta is equal to minus 10 and here S nothing but here S2, here S is equal to S2, so S2. Now note this one first of all, okay. Now we find out the total time in journey of your particle, okay. Now here simply this equation 1, okay. Here remaining this one minus V square is equal to plus into minus 2 into 10 to the 20 minus 20 and S2. So here this one cancel, minus cancel, here S2 is equal to V square by 20, here S1 is equal to simplifies S1 is equal to here V square by 10, okay. These are formulas, here formulas. Now here S1 is equal to V square by 10, S2 is equal to here, this is equation 2, this one is equation for example 1. Now the total distance between A and B, that is equal to S1 plus S2, that is equal to 1.5 kilometer per second. So S is equal to S1 plus S2 is equal to 1500 meters. So now the total distance between A, B here, S is equal to simply S1 plus here S2. So that is equal to values here substituting, S1 is equal to this one V square by 10 plus S2 values here, this one V square by 20. So here simplifies here S is equal to S1 plus S2 is equal to S is equal to 1500 meters, okay. Now simplifies here V square is a common term, so V square into 1 by 10 plus here 1 by 20 is equal to 1500 meters. 1500 meters. So this one here cross multiplication LCM. Now 20 plus 10, 20 plus 10, 30, 30 by 20 into 10. So that is equal to here simply, sorry, okay, step cross now. V square 20 plus 10 by here 20 into 10 is equal to here is equal to 1500. Okay, note this one first of all. Now finally find the here v square is equal to v square into 20 plus 10 by 20 into 10, that is equal to 1500 meters. 1500. So simplies v square into 30 by 200 is equal to 1500. Okay, 0 0 get cancel, 0 0 get cancel. Now here 3 1 ja 3 5 ja 3 5 ja 15, 3 5 ja 3 1 ja 3 5 ja in equal terms. So simplies here v square is equal to remaining 5 into 00, 5 into 00, 5 into 00 into this is a cross multiplication just to 20, just to 20. So simplies here 10, 5 2 ja 10, 5 2 ja 10, remaining zeros here 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So this is a v square. So v square is equal to 10,000 meter per second. So here v is equal to just to 100 meter per second, 100 meter per second. This is the velocity of the maximum velocity of the particle, or maximum velocity of the scooter. Maximum velocity of the scooter v is equal to 100 meter per second. Now here first time taken for the first time, second time here this is a C point here t1 alpha velocity. Okay, here t2 beta and velocity. First one here, first is A, C, B. So here alpha is equal to T1 is equal to values here. Alpha is equal to just V by T1. Here T1 is equal to just V by alpha. So similarly T2 is equal to here V by beta. V by beta. So values here substituting simply. Values here substituting. Okay. T1 values here. T1 is equal to V by alpha 1, alpha nothing but 5 meter per second. So your values here V is equal to values 100, V is equal to here 100. Okay, 100 by here T, so alpha is equal to 5 meter per second, 5 meter per second. So 5. So here terms 5 1 ja 5 2 ja, that is equal to 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, next T2 is equal to here this relation T2 is equal to V2 V by maximum velocity by retardation, maximum velocity by retardation. So maximum velocity 100 meter per second, this is a values here, retardation here just to 10. So here 0 0 get cancel, 0 0 get cancel. Simplies here T2 is equal to just to 10 seconds, just to 10 seconds. The total time taken, the journey in between A and B. So the total time, therefore total time here T is equal to T1 plus here T2. Total time T is equal to here T is equal to T1 plus T2. So T1 values and T2 here substituting, simply is equal to T1 values here 20 seconds plus and T2 values here 10 seconds, that is equal to here 30 seconds. So answer is here, answer is here in between here T is equal to 30 seconds, 30. This is the answer. T is equal to here total time T is equal to here 30 seconds. Okay, this is the answer, this one here answer. Now note this one first of all. Next class continuation. Here the kinematic equations of motions in the body moving along the straight line, uniform acceleration, uniform velocity, and the particle moving starting from initial velocity 0 from the rest, and also in here the some equations are some numerical problems based on the calculus, the equations of kinematic equations of calculation. So దీస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ డిస్కస్. ఓకే, చూడండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ, ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్.